We have Kathie Burba joining us today. She is with Once Upon a Child in Okemos, and we are so thankful that you're joining us with Greater Lansing area moms. Um, you just recently became the new owner. Can you tell us a little background about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually was working in the corporate world and had some changes in my role, and my position was eliminated. So I was sort of looking for a job, and the job market right now is not the easiest to find a job right now. And despite having education and background and experience, I know my husband and I just started talking. And we're like, well, maybe we should start looking at buying a business and consider doing something on our own. And so we just honestly just started looking for businesses. And Once Upon a Child, I wasn't a customer at. I should have been because I have seven children, four of my own and three step. Um, so I'm mad I didn't find out about it sooner. So that's why I'm really excited to share with the other Lansing moms because if I would have known I could have saved so much money and early on, I would have definitely been a customer. But we just, it popped up and business for sale in the area. And so we walked through and we saw a lot of potential. We also saw that the store wasn't really serving the community in the best way possible. My husband and I, we live in the Greater Lansing area. We raise our children in this area. We both work here. So we just thought like this would be a really good opportunity to continue to give back and to the community that we live in. And, interestingly enough, with retail, most of the retail businesses in the Greater Lansing area, they don't really give back to the community. Once Upon a Child does. We pay customers cash. We give them money for their goods. So we're taking money locally and we're keeping it local. And we're paying customers for their unused baby equipment, clothing, for children up to age, 16, 18. And, not many businesses can say that they're actually putting back into the community. And we're also keeping we're reusing, and so we're keeping things out of the garbage. And so that model really spoke to my husband and I, and so that's why we went ahead and decided to buy the franchise, right?
That's so exciting. And I have heard
Hmm.
just amazing things from friends that have been in it, all the positive changes that you're making. That's
Yes, we're
incredible.
definitely trying. Thank you. That's nice to hear.
Yes. And so if you were to give like a helpful hint to a mom or a dad about
Mhm.
a new business, what would be your hints? I wonder
Oh
a couple of them.
man, yeah, no, that's hard. I have found in just the short 3 months that I've been working in the store that owning your own business is a lot of work. And one thing that like I think right off the bat is delegating and giving your staff some room for development of themselves. And you can't do it all. As a mom, we try and do it all. We try to make sure that they have lunches packed when they are headed to school, and we try to make sure they have all the equipment and everything they need. And we strive to give them everything that we can. And as a business owner, it's not any different. Like Once Upon a Child in Okemos is kind of another baby to me. But I think involving your family, getting behind your staff, giving them support, and delegating can be huge for small business owners. And I am not sitting here saying that I am the best at that. I definitely could use some improvement.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah, but I think delegating is really important because at the end of the day, having a work-life balance is super important. We've talked about that a lot, I think, even coming out of COVID. But I think even more important as a mom who runs your own business, it's really important.
It's huge, definitely. And you have a blended family. I would love to, do you have any advice for that too? Because I know there's many families, and how do you make it work? Because it seems like it's gone very well for you.
Yeah, we've been really lucky. Matt and I, we have seven amazing kids, and like all of them, they've all we're very proud of them. And I don't even take credit for that either. I think I got really lucky in some cases. But our oldest is in the military and she's serving our country. Our two middle daughters are both working. One's in journalism and one's in education. And then we have two still in college, so like hopefully like they'll continue the trend of their older sisters. And then we have two at home. Advice for blending a family is, you know, you're never going to make everybody happy. And when you have nine people in your home, which we had at one point,
Oh,
nine people wearing have 2 feet, and they all come in with two pairs of shoes on, and it can be utter chaos. So trying to stay as organized as possible, I definitely recommend that, and just giving each other grace because just like there's no manual when you're a mom as to how to parent, there's really no manual on how to be a step parent and how to support, your stepchildren. But yeah, Matt and I like to joke that Matt has three, I have four. Together we have more than we bargained for.
oh my gosh, I love that. That's brilliant. A great saying. Oh, well, and also they're helping you in the store, which I think is amazing. I mean, I
Yeah,
visited the other day and they're in there working, which is awesome.
yeah, and I think yeah, 3 of our 7 are in the store on a pretty much daily basis. One is majoring in business, not really quite sure what he wants to do afterwards. So I think like this is an opportunity for him to kind of see like what is it like to own your own business. The other two, are just there and just they're just completely like I would say those two are really invested and they really want to see um, the business grow. They're learning so much when it comes to not only just like hard work, but like communication is huge. And, one of the areas, once upon a child as a whole, it's really important to communicate because people are bringing you their children's clothing that they don't wear anymore. And for some of those items they're bringing in, they're very personable, or personal, sorry. So meaning like, they could have had their first steps in that outfit, or they could have had like their first dance or daddy daughter dance, and now their children have outgrown them and they bring them to us to sell. To us, it's just another piece of clothing, but to them, it's very personal. Like it could be very special, and they're letting that go. So making sure that we communicate our process clearly, so that no one's disappointed at the end. But we do pride ourselves in offering affordable used equipment. And so obviously we can't pay top dollar. And, a lot of times people will complain that will be like one of the biggest complaints is like, yeah, like I thought that was worth more money. And it is sentimental value
Sure.
is is hard to explain the sentimental value, but we're really helping families be able to afford what some families can't afford, and that dress can get worn again at another daddy daughter dance, hopefully,
Reese. That's
yeah.
great. So for someone that's never, done consignment, what do you recommend, like from start to finish, if they want to bring in some things to Once Upon a Child in Okemos? Like,
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm so glad you asked. So I say, like, in order for a mom or a dad, whoever is bringing in, or it can even simply be a grandparent, bringing in the clothes freshly laundered is huge. And laying flat in any kind of like box or laundry box or tote is helpful because one, it helps us process your buy as quickly as possible. Two, our products, for the most part, especially at this time of the year, are going straight to the sales floor. So if you have your items wrinkled or balled up, it's really hard for me to I have to kind of pass on those items because I don't have the ability to do laundry or iron or steam your
sure.
clothing. So I have to pass on more. So then of course that means you don't get as much money. So if you bring your items freshly laundered, you can make sure that there aren't any stains, any rips, any tears, that zippers work properly. Those kind of things will help us process your buy quickly. You'll earn more money because we'll be able to take more and then pass on less. Because we are looking for items that, have a little less wear on them, and that we can put immediately to the sales floor and, pass that on to the next customer. We do buy shoes. And right now, of course, it's been a huge focus as we prepare for back to school.
Yes.
And we also are buying books and toys for your kids. I actually encourage moms to let their kids go through their own closet and let them pick out the toys that they don't want to play with, they don't play with anymore,
Mhm.
and let them sell. I mean, technically they can't because they have to be over 18, but let them see like the
Sure.
process. Like these toys were worth, $10, and then letting your child understand the value of money and like letting them see like, oh, I traded my toys and I don't play with anymore. Now I have more money. I can go buy a new toy that's more age
Yeah.
appropriate.
It's a great learning process.
Very, very. Yep. And then of course the strollers and the baby gates and the cribs and the pack and play. Like those are all items that, we can take and we can sell and get to a grandparent or another parent if they're hosting, family for the holidays. We're a great place to shop for those,
That's
you
a
know,
great idea.
yeah, it's much more affordable.
Oh, and then for someone that's like going to be a new seller, I was blown away when I walked in your store. It is organized by color and size. It's so organized. But if they're coming in for this first time, what do you recommend? Like if they have something specific, but if they're just looking in general.
Yeah, well, hopefully my staff will greet our customers and offer to share with them any deals or sales or special promotions we have going on.
Mhm.
As someone who's coming in to look and shop. It's a resale. I don't like to necessarily say thrifting, but sometimes we use that word because we do try to pride ourselves in organization and color sorting so that it is easy to find. Because sometimes, like, we're that perfect place. Like, your kid's like, Mom, I have a musical and I need a red T-shirt. You're like, oh, great. Like
Right.
we can go straight to our floor is organized by size, by season, and by color. And so we would be happy to help you find that one-off item that you need to have last minute. But we're also, we're going to be getting out our coats real soon for fall and winter, as well as snow pants and boots, as that season is going to be here before we know it, unfortunately.
And it's always
Um,
good to have extra.
yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. What happens is I think we kind of tend to like when we need it, we go to try it on and it doesn't fit. And
Mhm.
so I encourage parents like as you're starting to do that, like bring your stuff that they've outgrown in and trade up and get the next size up.
That's
Fortunately in the state of Michigan, we have the opportunity that if you do decide you want to sell with us, it's it's beneficial if you sell and buy the same day because you can actually save on that sales tax with that trade. So that's kind of a little tidbit for those who do want to sell and buy. You can save on sales tax that way in Michigan.
great.
So
And what are your hours and days you're open?
we are open 7 days a week. We're open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. And on Sundays, we're open 11 to 6. And we're open to buy your gently used items and, of course, to sell on all of those days. No,
Oh,
and there's no appointment necessary for the selling part. And, obviously, because we're buying every single day, I encourage families to come on a frequent basis because we're constantly putting new stuff out
yeah.
every day. Every day we have new items hitting the sales floor.
That's so handy that you don't have to have an appointment.
Yeah.
That's great for busy moms.
Yes, if you're a busy mom, trying to make an appointment it could be either way, right? Like if you know you have to get there at a certain time, it's helpful, but just to know like you don't have to have an appointment and you can just come when time is right for you, whether it's after you drop off your kids at school, whether it's after a lunch break. Our buy times are we're trying to our best to try and get everyone processed within 15 to 30 minutes. Sometimes we know we get pretty busy on Monday mornings, and I think we just kind of need to continue to educate our customers that our buy counters open all day, every day. And once we are able to kind of get that word out, because that's kind of a change from the previous ownership, that we will be able to get everyone processed quickly, and that will kind of allow you to kind of quickly zoom through the sales floor and kind of see like what items do we take um, are most wanted and those kinds of things.
That's great. Back to school is coming. So,
I
one
know.
last question. What do
Yes.
you do for yourself I mean, now that you're a new business owner and the kids, you're so busy. What are some of your favorite things just to do for you?
Oh man, I love to read. Um, I honestly, like, it's been a little bit more difficult with owning a business because I don't really feel like I have much free time. But I also love to just go for a walk. We have a 5-year-old Bernedoodle,
Oh,
and he's our little fur baby. Like take him for walks, and usually I feel really good about myself if I can able to get up my butt out of bed in the morning and hit the gym. I'm a excuse me, I'm a frequent member of the local, sorry, a tickle in my throat. Um, Orange Theory, yeah. So I love to hit an Orange Theory workout. I like to do that. That's something I do for myself.
good for you.
Um, yeah,
Well, thank you so much for taking this time. And
thank you.
parents, I am telling you that that is a place, Once Upon a Child in Okemos is the place to go. I have seen it for myself. It's like everything is looks like a rainbow when you walk in because it's so organized. It's a beautiful store and a great
Thank
way
you.
to save money for back to school because we all know
Absolutely.
how expensive it is. So
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And if you have seven like me, then
we need Once
find
Upon
us.
a Child.
You need once upon a child. Thank you. Thank you for your time, Julie.
Oh, thank you. And we will see you soon.